Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. I'm Ahmad Majid bin Malawi. I would like to present about the unit trust is a competitive investment. Unit trust investment by FIMM is type of investment and offer potentially lucrative return. In other words, unit trust is a financial instrument that allows various investors such as general public, company, also corporate to pool their money or asset in the unit trust fund managed by professional fund manager who then invested the fund in the diversity of equities, bond and other authorized investment. Now we go to the decision factor for the investing, which the high decision making factor is the information sources, followed by investment risk, Islamic financial literacy, religiosity and also the product knowledge. There are various types of fund available in the market. Generally, we can call it as equity fund, which are able to provide greater returns than Kuala Lumpur Composite Index or KLCI for the dividend from the EPF. Also, they also got small cap fund, which capital around 300 million to 2 billion. Big cap fund, capital 10 billion or more, known as a growth fund. And also they have low risk of the investment such as balance funds, money market funds, also income fund, which is provided stable investment return around 2 to 4% annually. Now we seek for the sample of the local growth fund and also international growth fund. The funds will separately go to the various of sector allocations such as health, consumer and technologies, and to the various of the country. Mutual fund has a unique characteristic, which for the income distribution they have capital gain, in other words is appreciation of the fund net asset value, which we call as NAV, and also add on or plus with the annual dividend at the end of account and of individual fund. Based on Nur Atikah Abdullah UUM 2009, which used by 26 local funds and 23 international funds together, it can be observed that local fund can give better return than international fund. But once she used the sharp technique, it can adapt in this study and show that local and international funds are found to be equal to the international fund. This is sample of equity fund which invested abroad internationally, which you can see that the average of the annual return is around 12.48%. This is income fund, which much more low risk, which invested in a mixed country portfolio, which the annual average return is around 7.16%. Conclude that the most of the fund in the unit trust potentially to give over the benchmark KLCI return, and also whether it's a local fund or international fund. Now we go to issues in the unit trust investment. Based on what the CEO of EPS state in May 2016, only 20% of unit trust investors managed to get more return than EPF offers. 40% equivalence and another 40% have gotten lower returns than EPF itself, and this has convicted of the lack of financial literacy investors themselves. There's a lot of issues in unit trust investment. One of them is a lack of information during decision making. Consultancy period does not provide, as a consultant, they does not provide the detail such as prospectus or fund fact sheet that investors should be observed first before they do the decision making. And secondly, investor monitoring issues. Monitoring awareness should arise within all investors in this field, because all platforms such as EPF by itself, phone apps and also UTMC provide each quarter investment year report for all of their investment costs, which is a lot of investment costs which need to investor need to aware, such as sales charge, redemption charge, annual management fee, annual trustee fee, and also switching fee. Still in the risk issue, which we want to explain about the risk adjusted return, which the investor do not just look at the final ROI percentage only. We need to investigate more deeply about how the risk of the fund in getting the value of the final IOR. As in figure 14, concentrated portfolio shown such as high volatile shown in the negative return, which reduce 200 of the initial investment for the first year and recovered in a high return for the second and third year. But diversified funds show much stable in return and less volatile. Still in the risk issue, which we want to elaborate about the snowball effect, which this snowball effect can hedge the risk or lowers the risk of the investment, which NAV also not in good track by within this real account statement. NAV also the NAV got depreciate around from 0.5622 at the end of the 0.3274, which depreciate around 42%, but this depreciate was saved by the compounded of the number of units which roll over, adding year by year, which started from 142,229 units and end to 492,403 units, and result of the initial investment is just 79,963 ringgit, and after 8 years it's become approximately 100 or duplex return and become 156,124 ringgit Malaysia, which we can see in the balance unit is rolled over and on based on the dividend which given annually and keep increasing. Beside the price is dropped down around 42%, it still can make this investment become duplex. Assalamualaikum, thanks for watching.